again, this is Rocky, and basically, I'm just trying to follow up on the video that I just made and just trying to stay positive and making sure that the content that I deliver is authentic. And trying to make sure that the content that that I have in my videos are relatable to others. I'm really proud of, what I've done, because it takes a lot for people to be able to post content on the internet, and it takes a lot, to I guess I'm stumbling over my words because I want people to know that because I was a little skeptical sometimes, but then I realized there are just a lot of eccentric personalities out there on YouTube, and they are entertaining and they're fun. But if you sit back and you listen, then the authenticity of their content kind of flows through, and that's what made me confident enough to post videos because like I said, during the time of this pandemic, people are becoming sick. People are starting to depend on um, the doctors and the knowledge that has been given to us for ages, and it has been given to us, honestly and earnestly. But a lot of times we look at the Ayurvedic, holistic medicines, and we kind of fluff them off, because we think they're related to some type of sorcery, or they're related to days or past or things like that historic days that no longer that has no relevance to today, and that we should only look towards big pharmaceutical companies or our doctors and things like that. One of the most important things that we can do is take our health into our own hands. The most important things that we can do is to do our own research about who we are, because who we are and our DNA is very specific to who we are. Nobody else is like you in the world. I mean, nobody. So one thing that you have to do is you have to take responsibility for your health and well-being. You have to take responsibility for your choices. And that's what I show on my channel, is that I'm taking responsibility for my life. And I'm not doing it in protest, and I'm doing it in praise, and I'm doing it in and I'm doing it because I've achieved a certain amount of success in my health and well-being. Um, I've achieved a certain amount of success in my understanding of who I am. I've achieved a certain amount of success and knowledge of what's going on in the food industry, in the healthcare industry. And it's not a perfect knowledge. It's a learning knowledge. It's a basic understanding that I have, and that's just by me taking control of my health and well-being, and me making my choices. And I know that there are some people out there who can relate, because asthma is such a serious disease. uh, Chronic bronchitis is such a serious disease, and for me, a lot of people think that those things are, a lot of those things are related to our genetics. um and a lot of people in my family are basically spelt. They're lean, they're not overweight. I am by far one of the biggest individuals in my family. And because my other family members are lucky, they I wouldn't say they're lucky, because there's still different health issues that exist. But for a lot of people, asthma, a lot of people in my family, asthma is just not one of them, and it was mine. So basically, you know um I just really, hope that people see the sincerity in this content. Like I said, this is just the start of my channel, and I'm just discussing things, and you know, just trying, and discussing things and putting things in the content, putting things in my video that I've come to understand, that I've become comfortable with sharing, that I've become comfortable with using. Most of the products that I use in my videos, I mean, in my daily goings on, they're really simple products, because I have to keep it simple. Clean products that do not have, dyes or anything that would trigger, an allergic reaction. Um, basically, organic. One thing, about how I know that organic farming is different than any other farming is that I grew up eating things like broccoli and corn and green beans, yet I would still have that negative side effect. I would still have those headaches. I would still have those aches and pains. But once I started eating things that weren't treated with pesticides, that were treated by organic farmers who took the time to really cultivate what they were growing. Um, Organic farming, from what I hopefully I'll find a video, but from what I understand, it's farming where farmers are present. They're checking on, what they're producing every day, daily, and they're cleaning daily, you know, and with fruits and vegetables treated with pesticides, the pesticides do the work, and in organic farming, the people do the work. So, and I think that's also another part of it as well. Another part of it that I'm so thankful for is that people are connected to what we're eating and not machines and not profit and things like that. And, so I mean, and those little changes, and who knew that just changing the simple things that we put in our diets every day can help us, improve our health, improve my health and cholesterol. Like I said, in a year, I lost, 80 pounds, and it was a tough year. It was a rough year. It was a year filled with temptations. I had to cut out a lot of things. I had to cut out a lot of wheat. I could no longer eat, normal bread from the supermarket, because I would eat a sandwich, and the next thing you know, I'm sitting somewhere in a corner, trying to catch my breath. And there's just nothing. It's taxing on the mind, it's taxing on the body, and I couldn't deal with the stress of worrying about what I was going to eat. And when I was younger, I had my mother who would cook for me, and so basically, I would just, eat small portions, because the foods were treated with pesticides, so I would still have major headaches. I mean, major bouts of depression, major mood swings and things like that, because of being in pain. Basically because of being in pain, basically because of making poor decisions in my diet and my life. But like I said, hopefully this video, hopefully this vlog, people will find some relevance to it, and and they'll tune in and give your ideas and suggestions just as freely and just as generously as I do. Again, I want to say thank you. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up. This is Rocky again. Happy holidays, and tune in for more content.